I'm going to call to order Wednesday, July 8th, PPRTA Board of Directors meeting.
Mayor Wall.
Uh-oh.
Testing. Is that Raymond? Byron Wall, sit down, please.
Okay. No, you're good. Okay. Call to order and establish voting members. Do we have a quorum present? Okay. Getting a nod from staff. Item number 2, approval of our agenda.
Mayor Dixon, I'll move to approve the agenda.
Okay.
Holly, second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Anything under question? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Motion carries. Item number 3, public comment for items that are not scheduled on our agenda. Is there anyone here for public comment? No one online? Okay, thank you. Item 4, approval of the minutes from the June 10th, 2026 meeting.
Commissioner Williams, I will move approval.
Mayor Dixon, second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Aye. Motion carries. Item 5, Citizens Advisory Committee, a monthly report. Take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Jim Godfrey, Chair of the CAC. We had a meeting last week. The city proposed 6 contracts for the CAC. We reviewed all those, asked questions, and Gail did a good job answering questions as usual. And we recommend that you approve the city's request for the 6 contracts as presented. El Paso County also approved or requested 6 contracts. Several of those are their drawing a blank on the word. On-call contracts. Yeah, sorry. No dollar value, but some on-call contract kind of things, and no issues there. We recommend approval of the county's request as well. Manitou Springs came forward with a whopping line item transfer, and we closing down a project, and so we recommend approval of that as well. Other than that, we did look at each of the property acquisition and change order logs for both, and we have their information. We have no issues with any of those. And Gail gave us another update on the Powers North reimbursement program, and that project's coming along pretty well, and so we're pleased that that's working out well. And other than that, we have nothing else to present.
Okay. Thank you, Jim. Any questions for the CAC, Citizen Advisory Committee?
Mayor Dixon, I'll move we accept the CAC report.
Okay.
Commissioner Williams, second.
It's been moved and seconded. There's no further questions. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? Yep, thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. Item 6, financial reports, and 8, our monthly report.
Lisa Corey, Finance Manager for the PPRTA. For the financial report, I don't have the reports available to me yet. I would anticipate that being sometime next week. So once those are done, they'll be emailed out to everyone.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, item 6B, fiscal year 2026 mid-year budget amendments. And conduct a public hearing, and we're going to approve our resolutions. So I want to open it up for public hearing.
I move we open the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Opposed? Okay. So we're in a public hearing for our mid-year budget amendments.
Mr. Chair, did you want a brief overview from Lisa of the dollar amount, the total dollar amount?
Yes, of course. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, since the last time it was presented, there hasn't been any changes, so we had opted not to add any new funding. So this is just reflecting the 25 revenue carryover of $12,182,664.
All right. Do any of the member governments need any individual things presented? Are there any questions for the financial department? Okay. So I'd like to make a motion that we close the public hearing. Oh,
I'll call it.
And check to make sure we don't have any public comment
oh,
online.
and public comment as well. Do we have anybody in here from the public? No comments online and no one in the room? Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we close this public hearing.
Mayor Dixon, I'll move we close the public hearing.
Okay.
Commissioner Williams, second.
So moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. So now that we have the public hearing, we've moved it, we've closed it. So now we have to approve the resolutions pertaining to our mid-year budget. So
I
with the,
move we adopt the amended budget and we appropriate funds for the remainder of 2026.
Mayor Dixon, I'll second that.
okay, it's been moved and seconded. Anything else on the question? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Item 7, 2026 capital maintenance and public transportation contracts. 7A is City of Colorado Springs. Take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Gail Sturdivant with the City of Colorado Springs. As Mr. Godfrey mentioned, we have 6 contracts here for your approval. The first one is for the PPRTA 3A list Fillmore Fillmore Street Bridge Replacement Project. There is a map included in your packet. These are the bridges that are directly east of I-25 at Fillmore Street. This is to add construction management services, advanced design to 90% based on our preferred alternative. To procure these services, we did go through an RFP process with HDR and CM services were included. All these efforts total right $2,440,175.50. The city's second contract is for a bridge maintenance effort on Constitution Avenue over East Fork Sand Creek. There is a map included in your packet, so you can see where that's located. The city procured this through our on-call bridge maintenance efforts, and this work will include a waterproof membrane, new asphalt decking, new sidewalk, and joint replacements. This would be in the amount of $949,704 to TLM Constructors. The city's third contract is also a bridge maintenance project for the Old Ranch Road over Kettle Creek Bridge maintenance effort. The city had gone through an RFP process and selected Hardesty and Hanover to do this engineering work. This contract that I'm presenting to you is really twofold. One is work that was previously approved showed that there was an anticipated cost split with Colorado Springs Utilities, and that $80,000 of that cost was originally going to be included by covered by Colorado Springs Utilities. As it turns out, because of the water line work is it an exclusive easement, the city or the PPRTA project is 100% responsible for this relocation work. So we needed to change the color of that money from CSU to PPRTA from the previously approved contract. And then we'll be adding $190,955.50 for additional engineering services for work that needs to happen with that bridge in that area. And all this work is in advance for a future PPRTA 3 project on Old Ranch Road that would do widening from Forager Parkway down to this bridge location. So that brings a total of $270,599.50. The city's fourth contract is for Lake Avenue intersection improvements at both Southgate Road and State Highway 115. There's a map included in your packet. This is a project that has a lot of grant funding associated with it, and with the local match coming from the city's programmatic intersection improvement program. Also, as noted in the memo, the state went and had safety improvement grant funding for the 115 and Lake Avenue, and the intersection we wanted to improve was Lake and Southgate. Because they're so close, it makes sense to do these improvements together. They really need to be synchronized. So the city is taking the lead effort on that. So 2 projects really being delivered under one umbrella. The total for the engineering services for the bid support engineering services doing construction and construction management is $439,660, and the PPRTA portion is 10% of that total. The city's fifth contract is another programmatic intersection improvement project, and this is at Old Broadmoor Road and Poplar Street. There's a map included in your package. This is an area where we had two intersections that were not aligned. They were offset from each other, plus it exhibited flooding conditions. So we wanted to improve the intersection for safety and traffic operations. And the city stormwater enterprise is contributing a significant amount of money to help with the localized flooding. So the total amount for this is $472,560. The PPRTA portion of that is $150,000. To get this construction work done, the city did go through an invitation for bid, and we did select RJ Gleason for this work. And the city's last contract is also bridge maintenance. This is for the 8th Street Bridge over Fountain Creek. This contract, it's in construction right now, where we were doing some winding and bridge maintenance efforts. When they were in construction, they uncovered some structural deficiencies in the northwest abutment and on the west side of the deck that was previously undiscovered. So we're going to have to add new girders to that. So we are asking for the board's approval for a not to exceed value of $853,486.35 to continue that bridge maintenance effort. And again, this bridge project is just outside a PPRTA 2 project that will all tie together very nicely and improve intersection operations for the collector roads at US 24 and 8th Street. But those are the city's 6 contracts. I'm happy to answer questions, and I appreciate your favorable support.
Yeah, just a quick question on the Lake Avenue intersection improvements, the cost of that. I think this is just a typo in a couple of them. Is it $439,660?
Yes.
Okay, there's a couple of spots. It just looks like I lopped off a zero on page 1 and 2. Unless I'm reading that wrong. Under the financial information.
On the actual contract document itself. So I will verify the numbers. That total amount is that $439,660, and the PPRTA portion is 10%.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I had a question on project 4 and project 5. Those are mostly, you said those are mostly drainage issues due to localized flooding, you said on those?
On contract 5 it is.
5.
Yes, only 5 only.
Okay.
And that's where the city stormwater enterprise is contributing a bulk of the funds.
Okay.
And the intersection improvements piece is just the 150,000, and that is the PPRTA portion under the city's traffic intersection improvements.
Correct. Okay. And then but 4 was, and that section is just, PPRTA is just putting up the money for the engineering or the changes on the road. For 4.
No, this is actually for construction. We were actually.
Oh, for construction. Oh, okay.
Realigning that intersection. So
Okay.
this is all construction effort that would be completed with RJ Gleason.
Oh, okay.
So because it's got drainage, a huge portion of the 323,000 plus, I'm sorry, 322,000 plus is coming from the city stormwater enterprise to address the localized flooding. And then the PPRT portion from intersection improvements is just realigning those intersections.
Okay. Perfect.
And then 4 is actually all just intersection improvements that mostly are funded by highway safety improvement grant funds. And the PPRT portion, that 10% is the local match required for that grant money.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'm sorry, on number 3, the Old Ranch Road over Kettle Creek. Can you explain that again? Why the cost is for the utilities upgrades are coming into PERTA?
Yes, so anytime we have a transportation project, we have what's referred to as utility utility relocation executive agreement, and it spells out exactly who pays for what from a cost split standpoint between the city and Colorado Springs utilities.
Okay,
And most often, if it's in the right of way, it's a percentage base. It could be anywhere from 20% to 80% that PPRTA would be responsible for, depending on the age of the pipe and assuming there's no betterments. If it's in an exclusive easement, which this project was where it was found when it was originally located, it was located right in the middle of the road, but as it turns out, it's in an exclusive easement as where the bridge, right adjacent to the bridge, that it would be impacted. Because it's an exclusive easement, we are required to pay 100% of the relocation costs.
okay, the Pikes Peak RTA is.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Any more questions from any of the member governments? Okay. What would everybody like to do with these 6 items that the city has asked for?
I would move approval.
Second. Okay, it's been approved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, item 7B, El Paso County capital
Mm.
maintenance and public transportation contracts.
Good afternoon, Josh Palmer, County Engineer. County has 6 contracts to bring before you for approval today. The first 2, both for the same project, which is the Deer Creek Base Camp Road Microscope Way project, and there's a map attached to each one of these contract items. PPRTA 2 A-list project, it's widening, shoulder improvements, drainage, as well as constructing a roundabout at Deer Creek and Woodmore Drive. The first contract is for a construction contract to West Forest Construction in the amount of $3,685,463.90. The second is a materials testing contract via our on-call contract with GeoCal in the amount of $31,215. The third project is for Highway 105B, also a PPRTA 2 A-list project. This is a property acquisition contract item. It's for parcel 129. It's for the acquisition of right-of-way and temporary easements. The negotiated and agreed upon amount with the property owner is the amount of $100,000 even. And there's a map that shows the location of both the right-of-way and the easement relative to the limits of Highway 105. The next 3 are similar in their contract delivery. A little bit of background: a few years ago, we changed our approach to procuring our annual concrete repair contract. Rather than putting out and procuring a single contract to do all of our annual concrete work, we put out a request for statement of qualifications and awarded task orders to multiple pre-qualified contractors. And we found that not only did it open up the opportunity for multiple contractors to work with us in any given year, it also gave us better pricing, better schedules, and overall more efficiency in delivering our annual concrete work. So we're expanding that to some other maintenance items. So the following 3 are for our drainage maintenance contract. It's a not to exceed amount for the entire program of $1.5 million to various contractors. If you like, I can read them, but I ask if I can just skip reading over all of the contractors. There's quite a few that are listed in your documentation there. The second is for our bridge repair, annual bridge repair contract, and not to exceed aggregate amount of $500,000, again to multiple pre-approved contractors. And the third and final is for our annual guardrail repair contract for an aggregate not to exceed amount of $150,000, again to various pre-approved contractors to perform the work for us. So that is the 6 contracts that the county is requesting approval for, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
I would move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve in a second. If there's nothing else under question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Item 7C, City of Manitou Springs, capital projects, line item transfer.
Hi, I'm Karen Rowe. I'm City Manitou Springs PPRTA representative. I'm here today just to ask for the final bit of funding in the PPRTA project for Manitou downtown sidewalk drainage and utilities, which we finished up Creek Walk. And so this is the funding remaining. All the invoices have been submitted and paid. So we'd like to just transfer this last little bit of funding into Hiawatha, which is nearly done, the transit parking lot. But every little bit counts. So with Hiawatha, PPRTA paid for almost more than half, but there's still funding needed. So with that's my request for the line item transfer. Then I'll talk a little bit about Hiawatha.
I would move approval.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. A
Mayor
second,
Dixon, second.
okay. Motion and a second for this whopping $2,800. All those in favor?
I
Aye.
It'll be nice because pretty soon PPRTA funding will be all spent. So that's good. I didn't know if we had the pictures of the parking lot for this one, but Hiawatha Mobility Hub is nearly complete. So July 20th at 9 a.m. is the ribbon cutting. And so if anyone would like to come, these are some pictures I took probably about 3 weeks ago. You know, it's all paved, and then the bathroom building is built there, also nearly done. But again, the PPRTA funds just paid for the parking lot. The city of Manitou Springs paid for the bathroom facility, which you'll see there. All ADA compliant and ready to be used pretty soon. So July 20th, 9 a.m. is the ribbon cutting if anybody wants to come. All right.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Very exciting. Congratulations, City Manitou Springs too. So with that, thank you.
Shit. Thank you. On to item 8, member governments and other reports. A, City of Colorado Springs Transit Services, our monthly update.
Good afternoon, Line Road Transit Division Manager for Mountain Metro Transit. In our monthly report, we included our both ridership and a few highlight for what's going on with transit. In the first section of the ridership information, we provided fixed route ADA paratransit and van pool ridership information. So the ridership represents the usage of the system, how many people are riding. We also included, we call it revenue service hours information that represents the supply, how many hours the buses, the vehicles are running on the road. Then if you look at the ridership per hour, that's more of a efficiency, how full the vehicle, the buses are. So there's a section called year-to-date data comparison. We listed information from beginning of the year to as of now, what it looks like for fixed route and ADA paratransit service. So you have an apples to apples comparison year over year for the first 5 months so far in the report. So I will not read all these numbers, but please ask me if you have any questions. Under the transit highlights section, we included some information about our new hybrid vehicles. The board had some questions in the last couple months, and we included the information that we have gathered here. As you know, transit introduced hybrid vehicles, those diesel electric vehicles starting last year. And we received our first delivery of 6 hybrid buses last year. And this year, we just received another 6 hybrid vehicles. Those vehicles are funded by a combination of federal, state competitive grants. So we were able to take advantage of those competitive opportunities and bring those resources to this community. Those hybrid vehicles are very different than the traditional battery electric vehicle powered by chargers only. These vehicles do not require charging infrastructure. Therefore, we don't have the concern of the range and how many infrastructure, how many chargers we have to install before we can put them in service. So that is a very nice feature that solves that reliability one-for-one concern. We included some information about these vehicles and the questions around the cost, because these 6 vehicles were purchased to replace older diesel vehicles. And some of the vehicles we replaced with had already put over 700,000 miles on them, over 18, 19 years old, and their minimum useful life is supposed to be 12 years. So the board had some questions about what are we looking at? Are we gaining, are we saving anything with these newer vehicles compared to the older ones? So we put some numbers together here from what we're seeing from major repairs, newer vehicles compared to the older vehicles. So from the maintenance side of things, the 1 year comparison that we are looking at with these newer hybrid vehicles, we're looking at about $7,500 per year on maintenance and repair, compared to the ones that we're replacing with. Those we were looking at over $48,000 per year in terms of maintenance. We also looked at newer vehicles, apples to apples, again, first year maintenance cost between hybrid and diesel. And we're looking at anywhere between $7,500 to $12,000 range. There are also benefits with these hybrid vehicles. They are more quiet. We do have the options to set up, it's called geofencing, in certain zones with limitation of the distance and many requirements. We can force them instead of computers dictating running either on diesel or hybrid electric mode, we could force them to run a full electric. And those ranges are we're looking at between 5 to 7 miles. So those are some high-level early information. We do see some benefits with these vehicles. Again, those are our very first pilot program. The life cycle cost, so far, apparently we don't know that. We will report back once we have more information. We do see some benefits, but longer term life cycle cost, we will still have to find out. The second item that we included in the monthly report is our travel training program. We have put a lot of effort following this train-the-trainer model. We work with a lot of larger organizations such as the Independence Center and United Way Family Success Center. So we train their staff members who work with their clients on how to ride the bus, how to use the schedule, how to get real-time information. Then their staff is able to communicate, work with their clients to educate and train more people to use the bus system. We are seeing a lot of positive results and getting more and more requests for this program to get trained. The third item, we were not able to make it in the report last month because we didn't know the final date yet. I did share that we were working on a renovation project at the bus terminal at downtown Colorado Springs, and that project has been complete. And we were able to move our customer service from our admin office a little further away from the center of the bus activity to the downtown bus center. And we opened the door this morning. So if you see folks at the bus terminal, it's a lot easier for customers, riders to ask a question, buy a bus pass, and report a problem. So that's my report, and happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for the city? Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Item 8B, City of Colorado Springs, change order and property acquisition report.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Both these are informational items. They're included in your packet. I'm happy to answer questions if you have them.
Any questions for the city? No? Okay, thank you. Item 8C, City of Colorado Springs Powers North reimbursement update.
Thank you once again. Just want to keep you updated on where we are as far as the spend and PPRTA costs associated with the Powers Boulevard project. So far in this particular statement, we included $984,151.16. The PPRT portion of that is $677,366.01, bringing the total for PPRTA to $22,092,865.07. So that's where we're financially, just to give you an update of where you are with the project. So we are actively in construction. The water line relocations have been completed at Flying Horse Club Drive and Ridgeline Drive. Those are the major city street crossings. The pile driving for the bridge abutments for Flying Horse Club Drive were completed yesterday. They actually moved the cranes to Ridgeline first thing this morning to start putting the piles in for the bridge located at that area. We are also continuing the environmental assessment of the NEPA process of an engineering effort for the mainline project. So that's just a high level overview. I'm happy to answer questions about the reimbursement or the work on the project.
Any questions from the city on the powers reimbursement? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Item 8D. El Paso County change order and property acquisition report. Anyway, Josh.
Likewise, our property acquisition summary memo is in your packet and willing to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for the county? Okay. Thank you, appreciate that. On to item 9. Agenda topics for next meeting, staff field review report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just the results of my drive around windshield survey of the projects reported by the member governments in the first quarter of 2026. Most everything looked good. There were 4 or 5 address locations, probably typos, but everything else looked good. Glad to take any questions.
Any questions for staff? Okay, rolling. All right, item 10, PPRTA member announcements. Does anybody have anything for the board? Go ahead.
Byron from Calhan, and just want to remind everybody that starting next Saturday is El Paso County Fair. The following week and the day before, Calhan has the Summerfest. And it really is a fun place to bring your kids and grandkids and all. I was going to read, it's like 74 vendors they've got this year. They've got live music, they've got a beer garden, a cornhole tournament, horseshoe tournament, car show, petting zoo, pony rides, a dinner provided by the Eastern Plains. The fire department will be having free snow cones and run an obstacle course for kids. And then bouncy houses, face painting, kids games, silent auction. There's some really neat gifts. I'm a pickleballer and they're selling some pickleball stuff there. But they've got that. You can bid. It's like, I think 50 something gifts are donated to the town and they're putting them up for bid. So anyway, it's a fun thing. It goes from 3 o'clock on Friday till 11 o'clock. So I encourage people to come out and experience the Eastern Plains and go hit the paint lines while you're out there too. So
There you go. Now you're talking. Check out the town of Calhoun and also hit one of the local natural spots we got there. So thanks, Byron. Appreciate it. Anyone else? Okay. Seeing that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Dixon, second. Got a motion and a second. There's nothing else this board needs to do. All those in favor?
I
Aye. Opposed? All right. Everybody have a good month.